What's up, everybody? We're doing a little pig hunting today. It's good to be out here. It's a beautiful day, sunny, 72 degrees. We're gonna see what we can make happen today. I'm excited for this one. I've been hunting a lot of coyotes lately. There's been a ton of them around here. Because of that, I've seen exactly where these pigs are most of the time. And we're gonna give it our best shot today and see if we can find some. So I was hiking up and I just saw a coyote trotting by itself. It's going right up that hill. The problem was that it was skylined right on the ridge. Never ever take a skyline shot. So he went right over the top of this ridge. Our wind's in our face. So we're gonna try to come over the top, keeping the same wind. See if we can pick him up on the other side. Looks like we lost him. I crept over this ridge. I didn't see him anywhere. There's a chance he's below us still, like right over the edge of this cliff. And we just can't see him tucked in, but I doubt that. Looks like he got away this time. Maybe we'll pick him up later. Right now we're heading to that back peak way behind me. It's the most remote part of this area, the most unpressured part where there's animals back there. They don't really care as much about if there's anyone hunting them because they never really get hunted. So we're gonna head back there, post up, start glassing, and wait for something to come out and move. So I just got to the top of the ridge that I want to sit at for the evening. And the first thing I see is a nice big bobcat just sitting watching over this canyon. Don't know what he's waiting for, but definitely waiting for something to come through that he can hammer. So there's two hunters out here watching the same bull tonight. It's almost 4 p.m. Gonna get some water, get some rest. That's a pretty long walk back here, I'm not gonna lie. Definitely hot today too, in the sun. And we're gonna post up and see if anything starts moving in the next hour or so. So it's been about an hour or so. Still nothing moving. I saw that bobcat come out again, kind of dip down into the tree line. Other than that, nothing much going on. No pigs yet. One thing that I always look out for when I'm pig hunting is sometimes you hear them before you see them, especially like when they wake up from their afternoon or morning or evening nap, whatever you want to call it. They'll like squeal and stuff, and you know they're there. And when you hear that squeal, it usually means they're getting up out of bed. Haven't heard it yet, but I have a feeling within the next hour or so we're going to see something pop its head out. Alright, so I just caught the glimpse of a back of a hog. Right on the ridge line. It's a nice sized pig. So to me that looks like a pretty big boar. I know there's probably more with him. So before we make any sort of a move, I want to see what this group looks like because I'd prefer to shoot a smaller sow. They just taste way better. So we're going to watch this, see how this plays out. But it's a good sign that we got some pigs moving, especially some big boys like this early. All right, I'm going to get back to the glass and see if anything else comes out. But once you see one move, you usually see more. So there's 4 of them now. They're 489 yards away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see which direction they feed. And if they feed up to my right, I'm going to cut them off and try to shoot them at like 300, 200-ish. It's funny, I brought my 308 and it's set up for like deer hunting in the thick brush, so it doesn't have like the best optic on it for long range. Has a great optic for that mid-range to short range on it, so like a 489 yard shot with this right now is not possible. But that's okay, that lets us get in a little bit closer. So after getting a closer look on these, it looks like there's that one big boar, but the other 3 sows are pregnant. Like, they're ready to pop any day. So I'm not gonna shoot the boar. I don't want to shoot pregnant pigs. So we're gonna see what else comes out. Maybe a younger pig. We're gonna see if anything else comes into play here. Alright guys, a nice group just popped out. That's exactly what I'm looking for. 400 and something yards, so we're gonna try to close it at least 100. And move in as best as we can. Gonna use this hill as cover. And they're just across the canyon from there, so we'll see how far they are once we get up to them. Alright, we're in position. Just trying to catch my breath here for a little bit from walking up that hill so I can make sure I get a good shot off. Bedded down. I hope I got it on GoPro. But it was bedded down. I squeezed it off. It felt like a great shot. I hit him. I thought he was stone cold dead. He got up, looked like took off, but I saw him just gushing blood. So he's not going to be up for long. But I figured go for the bedded one because I didn't want it to get up and run away like the others. So I shot it. It wasn't getting up. I thought it was toast. But then it took off down into the scrub brush, so we're gonna give it a little bit of time. The most important thing to do, guys, after you shoot like this and the animal runs off, you want to remember exactly where it was. Because when you're in the moment and you're tracking an animal, you just want to get over there and you just want to see what's going on, right? But in this case, if I don't find that exact spot that it went down into the grass, it could be, you know, a little deceiving where I was or whatever. If I don't find that exact spot, it just makes tracking all that much harder. But it felt like a really good shot, and I'm sure he's not going to go very far. I took a follow-up shot. I don't know if I hit him on that one, and I just want to get him down on the ground at that point. But that first shot was definitely right in the boiler room, so I don't think he's got much time. If any at all, he's probably down already. So we're gonna go over there and try to mark the spot where I found him. After you drill something and you know you got him, just sit at the spot you shot for as long as you need to like get back to composure. You're gonna be excited. You're gonna just want to go and find it, but you gotta give it some time. You gotta let yourself get like the jitters gone, because when you have the jitters, you'll know what it's like when you get them if you haven't already. When you have the jitters, like, nothing really makes sense like it does when you're like composed. So make sure you're not all disheveled and shit before you go looking. Give it a little bit more time, relax, and then we're gonna go to try to find some blood. All right, so to my knowledge, that pig was bedded down right about there. So that's the spot we're gonna go look first. Coming up to the spot here in probably 3 minutes or so as I carefully maneuver through this grass without slipping and falling on my ass. And just want to say that that shot was perfect 200. Well, actually 197. And my gun decided in for 200, so the the way that pig was opened up like that, I put it right where I want to do, I think. And we're gonna go find out what the deal is here in a second. All right, here we go. All right, so see what I mean? I'm at the spot where I think the pig was. However, that spot looks a little bit different from here than it does over there. I'm gonna start by looking where I think that pig was laying, which was right around here. All right, we found blood. It's going right into these bushes. Pretty good amount there. All over this tree, both sides of the plant. That tells me it's a pass-through, because if that bullet didn't pass through, you typically only have blood on one side of an entryway like this. Now, the one thing that's sketch about this, though, is that there's a pig in here that's either dead or freaking pissed off. So I'm gonna tread lightly. I'm gonna come around the side here, because I know that trail's going through here. I'm gonna come around this way. Try to get on the trail like this. A little bit more visibility. Oh, I see a lot more blood. All right, we're going in. Oh, I see him. He's down, baby. Pig down, baby. Let's go. I see him. Piled up. There we go. I want to work on it where it's light. It's going to get dark in about an hour, so number one, we're going to have to drag it out on top of this hill. Number two, we're going to have to get cutting on this thing pretty quick. All right, let's get this thing out of the bushes, and then I will be right back. All right, put my gun back here with my pack. I should have a pretty easy drag right up here. Well, I could have died a little further. We'll take it. All right, let's get this thing out of here. Perfect size. Beautiful. Pork on the menu tonight, boys. Perfect shot placement, right where I wanted it. Clear some of this shit out of the way. Thank you. This pig is definitely easy enough for me to handle. It's not too big. So we're gonna do our best to cut this guy up. And let me tell you, time's fading fast. So I'm gonna hit the time lapse. I'll come back to you when we're all done. All right, y'all. Well, quick update here. I got all the game bags filled with all 4 quarters, the back straps. Reach inside, I got the tenderloins. There's definitely some trimmings on here, so I'm going to get the last game bag and trim them up real good and get all the excess meat on there that I can. And then we're going to have to leave the head and everything else here. I just don't think I can, with how dark it's getting, I think it's probably best for me to just get out of here and head back to the truck, then try to salvage his head off this thing. So maybe tomorrow we'll come back and grab it, but for right now, these bugs are killing me. We're going to pack up the pack. We're going to get the hell out of here. All right, y'all, we're all packed up and packing out. Whole pig processed and ready to go. Got about an hour walk back to the truck maybe, and then we'll be home free. So right now we're just going to take the highway up this hill, kind of around that bowl, and follow the finger right back down to the truck. All right, well, thanks fellas and gals, whoever's tuning in. Appreciate you guys watching this. We'll see you on the next one.